Well, everybody, I'm bored today with nothing new in silver. I only was at the flea market for about 20 minutes, and I usually spend hours there. So I decided to show you what I got at the flea market, no silver, and then give you a little travelogue at the same time. Now, as I said, I'm bored, and this is going to be something different, but we'll see. And this is because I bought these for a good friend of mine that I think will appreciate them more than I would, and more than anybody else I know would. And they're fascinating coins. But first, let me get to the root of the matter and show you where where this country is. They're coins from Belize, and what happened was that Belize was declared an independent country in June of 1973. It was formerly a British colony, and before that it was a Spanish colony. And the people there, the nicest people I've ever been in a foreign country, speak Spanish, English, and Mayan, and every one of them speak it perfectly. It's amazing, beautiful people. So what we're going to do is first I'll show you where Belize is located. Then I'll show you some pictures of the time me and my friend Anthony were in Belize, and then we'll show you the coins. And the coins, the interesting thing about the coins was it was the first year they were printed, they were stamped out or minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and they were the first coins, being it got its independence in June '73. They were the first full set of coins that were minted for the nation of Belize, and they are all stamped as 1974, and they're still sealed in the original package that came from the mint, the U.S. Mint in Philly. So let's start out and show you where Belize is located. All right, let me set my drink over here temporarily. And now I'll do this because you're probably more familiar with these other places. Uh, here's the here's the Yucatan, and right up here is Cancun. And then if you travel south, you'll see just south of the Yucatan is the nation of Belize. All right. Now I just showed you that because you wouldn't recognize where Mexico was prior to that. Now this is Latin America, um, Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Honduras. I'm sorry, Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala, and Belize. Now in Belize, there's a place called Ambergris Key, and it's this little stretch of Skinny Island right there at the border, and I'll show you pictures of this in a moment. But this is where we stayed. The island is called Ambergris Key, and the city is San Pedro. We flew in from Belize City, which is right there. Now, when I first went, we flew from Philly to Miami, Miami to San Pedro Sul in Honduras, and got on from a jet plane. We got on a prop plane, a two-prop plane, then flew in to Belize City, and then got on a one-prop plane and flew out to Ambergris Key, which is the island, and the city of San Pedro. So that'll give you an idea of physically where the country is, and it's right in the right as you see, it's right in the Caribbean, and it has the second longest barrier reef in the world next to the Great Barrier Reef. It runs for 150 miles for the full length of the nation of Belize. So when we got out of the plane, this was the airport in Ambergris Key, just a like gravelly sort of thing, and then this was the first night. This is uh, our balcony we looked out on. Here's the Caribbean right here, and 99% of the vehicles on the island are all golf carts. So you have no fumes, you have no a sensation that you're next to traffic, and the very few vans or things that are on there are usually used by the government for something. But they're the nicest people. They got the most beautiful teeth for some reason, and they're the friendliest people I've ever met. And there's no crime, no drugs, no prostitution that I was aware of, which you normally find in these tourist traps. But I went on the internet and found this place, and this place looked really nice, and it was only $40 a night. So we went. I booked the place, and then that's my friend Anthony, and we went there, and this was what the fan was like, and this place was horrible. And so the next morning I complained. The guy gave me a complete refund. I'm saying the people are so nice, unbelievable. And we went right down the road. I'll show you in a minute where well, I can show you now. We went right down the road and got a room 100 yards down the road, right on the ocean, on the Caribbean front, at this place. And how much do you think it was a night? Same, $42 a night with air conditioning and everything else. And this is looking from our balcony. We were located up here, and this is looking from our balcony. And this little place here was a little bar that had the coldest beer in the whole on the whole island. And then here's a picture of Anthony. He used to be at the time was a marathon runner. So we rented bikes one day and we drove. We rode all over the island. But here you can see we're waiting for one of these little uh, barges. The guy pulls across on a rope, and for 50 cents, you put your bike or whatever you are on there, and he pulls you across. Then over here is Mexico, and on this side you're in Belize. So Anthony wanted to jog down because there was a place called Captain Morgan's just across here. You can get a better idea right over here. Right across here, about 6 miles up, was a place called Captain Morgan's. So we decided he wanted to go. He wanted to jog, and I said, "Screw that! We'll rent bikes." So we went down. We went down there and drank a whole mess of rum drinks and had a great time. But the island is just fantastic. The people are beautiful. Everything. The water is crystal clear. It's just amazing. I'm just going to flip through here in a hurry. Here's one of those real cheap cameras. These are well, you can tell there's somebody swimming there. These are permit fish. These are like 40-pound fish. These are huge fish. Nice. You know, here's a grouper, must have been 60 or 70 pounds under our boat, and this is one of them cheap like $10 cameras that'll go underwater. Here's a bunch of Nerf sharks, and they don't bother you. And then again, this was where we stayed, and right at the end, afterwards, we found out that every day there was a boat that went down. Here's looking at downtown. This is what you see. It's just an amazing, beautiful place. And this is back at the airport. And they're also Belize is famous because it has some of the nicest Mayan ruins in the whole world are in Belize. But we got rained out, so the day we were supposed to go see the ruins, we never did. So I had to buy some postcards of them. But the water is, I mean, just crystal clear, and the people are so friendly. So then, well, you can see, look at how, but there are an awful lot of stingrays there, and it was just the most entertaining place I've been. So that brings us around to the set of coins. Let me open this up. Uh, and here's the story of them, and then here's the coins, and they're very nice looking coins, except there's no silver value in them, but I know who I'm going to send them to is going to appreciate them, not because they're not silver, but simply because they're such nice coins, and every one has a different exotic bird on it, from the penny to the dime to the nickel, to the dime. Let me see if I can get that glare off. To the quarter, to the 50-cent piece, and then there's a $1 piece, a $10 piece, and a $5 piece. So it's a beautiful set, and I know this person will really like it because he's into foreign coins and likes the history that goes with them. So he'll be happy to get it, and I'll be very happy to send it out. But this was the very first year that they coined uh, that they had their own official coin, and so that makes it a historic thing as well. And this person I'm thinking about it is very much a student of history. So I hope you like my little tour. This took place in 2001, and or 2000, yeah, 2001. It was about 5 months after I come back from going to Hawaii with Mark, and at the time, the Belize it took $2 Belize for every $1 American. So I have no idea what the present rate is, but that really isn't important. It's because it's a nice set, and I hope this gave a little better historical perspective to it. And it's my first little travelogue, so I'm getting bored.